Welcome back to the Icebox Sports Center in Brownstown, Michigan. Tonight's Continental Elite Hockey League game, we'll see the Brownstown Bombers taking on the red-hot New Jersey Metro Fighting Moose. And Mark, what a game last night with the Bombers coming off a 9-2 victory over the Michigan Stars.
Yeah, the Bombers really put together 60 minutes of great hockey last night. We've seen it in flashes and for 20 and 40 minutes in the game. Last night we saw it for 60 minutes, and the result was a big Bomber win.
Coach Tom Boyle coming back with the same lineup as last night with one exception. Frank Fredero has been bothered by a little injury to his finger for a little while, decided to sit out today, and Trevor Linden will be taking his place.
Yeah, Frank aggravated the finger last night. He had it bent backwards. It swelled up on him. He really can't grab the stick today, but he'll be fine by the next weekend.
We're just underway here. 15 seconds into the first period. And the Bombers definitely going to have their hands full today with this big, tough Metro Moose team. These guys are huge.
Yeah, they're very big and very fast. There's a reason they're 12-1-1. They put together an excellent squad.
Moose coming off a pair of games this weekend, actually extending their record to 14-1-1 now after beating the Michigan Stars Friday night 3-2 in Brighton and beating Traverse City in Traverse City last night 3-1. So this team is for real. They show no signs of slowing down or offering any quarter to any other team.
No, they had an early break on the schedule with the teams having to make that long trip to Jersey, but they've now been on the road twice, and they're still winning. They're still playing well, so it's not just a schedule advantage any longer. They're a good team.
So the Bombers look to try to get the puck out of their own zone early on, and we have a puck knocked down with the high stick. Face-off is going to come back down the other end of the ice. Early on, with 53 seconds gone so far, the Metro Moose have put the pressure on the Bombers in their own zone. Actually, face-off coming just outside the Bombers' blue line. Dane Gluding in to take the face-off for the Stars. Gluding wins the face-off, and the Stars just slap the puck in. Nate Jakubowski back behind his own net. Nate sends it up. Derek Watkins. Bombers still unable to get it out. They do manage to push it over the line, though, and the Moose sent it right back the other way. Chris Ryan sends it up sideboards. Derek Watkins. Watkins having a little tough time controlling that puck, and the Moose steal it away. Moose almost had a scoring opportunity there, unable to capitalize on it, though.
Yeah, a little extra stick handling there. That's something we didn't see last night, but not a good thing to do when the team's pressuring you that tight. You got to move the puck quick, get it out of the zone.
Well, the Bombers have to remain competitive today, like we said, but one of the things that may be slightly to their advantage, the Moose is a well-conditioned team, but nevertheless, they are playing their third game in 3 days, and all three on the road after a long trip up to Michigan. And the Moose with it again. Nice shot from...
Oh, excellent save by Austin.
From Matt Bingham. West on top of his game as he was last night.
Excellent save on that rebound.
West picking up 17 saves last night in the 9-2 win. Seeing his goals against average drop slightly to 3.08 after last night's game. The Bombers still having trouble early on getting it out of their own zone. We're 2 minutes into this period, and it's been all Moose so far. Ryan Croft with it now behind his own net. Croft plays it off to Sam Dismuke at sideboards. Dismuke sends it back behind the net. Adam Jakubowski with it. Adam Jakubowski plays it off the boards, gets it over the blue line, and Dismuke giving chase. This is what they need to do. I know that this is a faster, tougher team than the Stars are, but the Bombers are going to have to find that forechecking game that they had last night.
Absolutely. That's the key to their game, is force the turnovers down low. They're a pretty quick team, and they can use that to really set offense.
Moose coming back the other way. Pass intercepted by Aaron Jakubowski. Loose puck at center ice. And the Moose have it back inside their own blue line. Long pass broken up by Koya Schneider. Dylan Rochon just sends it back behind the net for the Moose. And Vepi Lukash. Long pass cross ice to Eric Troop, and Troop blasts a high shot. Bombers' first shot towards the net today, but a little bit high and wide. It won't count as a shot on. Bombers will look to make some adjustments as the early parts of the game goes on.
Bad bounce off the doors there and got a good shot from Senek.
Moose continue to put pressure on the Bombers now in their own zone. Corey Schneider with it. Schneider looks to headman it a little too far. And the Moose come right back the other way. Moose doing a good job getting 3 men in tight. Just unable to make that pass count though. Hard shot by Ian Gayick. A little bit high and wide. Over the glass, and a face-off will come outside the Bombers' blue line. 3:54 gone in the first. No score. Dane Gluting lines up again against Trevor Linden. Linden wins the face-off, though. Chris Ryan giving chase behind his own net. Ryan stops the puck, looks around. Starts stick handling with it. A little bit dangerous move there, cutting in front of the goalie through the slot like that. Works back down the other end of the ice. Winston Pappas keeps it in along the boards. Sends it over to Brian Senek. Senek's direction towards the net just a little bit wide on the short side. Trevor Linden tied up behind the net. Puck was on the netting of the goal. Whistled down by referee. And the face-off will remain to the right.
Now this will be interesting to watch Trevor Linden and Brian Senek today playing against the Moose. They were both in camp with the Metro Moose, and due to the 21-year-old age restrictions, they had to cut them loose. And they were the Bombers were able to pick them both up.
Ryan, just a hard hit behind the net. A little bit accepted hit. Plays whistle dead, and we're going to have some roughing penalties coming up, it looks like. At least one. Looks like that'll be it. They're going to be offsetting. Chris Ryan will go for the Bombers, and Troy Boudreau will go for the Moose. So the first penalty is called today, offsetting. Teams will continue to skate full strength. 15:21 remains in the first. No score. Rizzola with a long lead pass. Derek Watkins. Watkins chasing off into the corner, tries to center it. Kyle DiMaggio had his stick lifted, wasn't able to get to the puck. And the Moose come right back the other way. So Austin West freezes the puck at the side of the net.
Good up and down action to start the game. Nobody really with any advantage to start. The Moose a little bit more possession, and Austin West had to make a couple of quick saves. The Bombers have been doing a pretty good job of clearing the puck.
The Bombers try sending it back the other way off the stick of Kyle DiMaggio all the way down, and we're going to have an icing. Bring the face-off back down deep into the Bomber zone. Want to remind you to tune in here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for a new Bombers game. Every home game this season will be coming to you on this station. The Bombers banging a little bit in their own zone, and that's going to be something they can't be afraid to do tonight, Mark. They're going to have to play the body. These guys are big, and you cannot let them physically intimidate you.
Yeah, especially with them playing their third game in 3 days. You've really got to work them, make them pay physically as well as mentally for that third game, and try to use that to your advantage.
Ryan Croft chased behind the net. And the Moose managed to center it. Dane Gluting sends it out front. Austin West right there to grab it. Holds on for the face-off. Not quite the flow that we had at this point last night, but that's to be expected with a different team coming in. The Moose's style totally different than the Stars.
Yeah, the Stars more of an up and down skating team, and New Jersey is bigger, more physical. Change the game a little bit.
Sam Dismuke takes it off the sideboards in front of us, and Dismuke racing down the ice. Knocked off the puck. Bombers unable to keep it in, but they get possession back at the neutral's ice. Puck over the blue line. This Moose touched up after it was knocked down with the high stick, and we'll have a face-off in their own zone. A big night last night in scoring, as we had 11 different Bombers figure in the scoring, either assist or goals, or both. Big night for Lukasz Vepi, the only Bomber to score multiple goals last night.
Yeah, it was very balanced scoring last night. All four lines really skated well. The players were working together very well, and the chances were just there for everybody.
So the Moose get possession now, send it over to blue line, and Adam Jakubowski right there to grab the puck and shoot it back in behind Brian Stewart. Moose coming back the other way. Dylan Rochon just fires it in. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. Tempers start to flare a little bit early. Dane Gluding in the lineup against Aaron Jakubowski. The linesman drops the puck. Jakubowski trying to pull it off the sideboards, unable to do so. And the Moose have it right back. Try to center it, nobody there. Adam Jakubowski with the good job to take that puck away and send it down the ice and put the shot on Brian Stewart, who just makes the easy save. Plays it off to the side, and here comes Dane Gluding back for the Moose. Adam Jakubowski again with the puck behind his own net. He's being pestered. Holds on to the puck. Knocked off his stick again, and he gets it back. And the Bombers manage to just knock it over the blue line. Puck slides back down into the Moose zone. Gluding playing it up to Ian Gajic. Gajic doing a good job there to try to interrupt the Bombers from having a centering pass. Langlois with a shot just a little bit wide.
Now you see the international language there between Vepi and Langlois. Give me the puck.
Oh, and a loose puck off the glove of Austin West, and the Moose just can't capitalize on the open side of the net. And the Bombers maybe get a little bit of a break there. Corey Schneider plays it off the boards, but Moose right there. Send a direction directly at the net. Chris Tutalo. Shot saved by Austin West. And the Moose continue to maintain the puck, the better part of the puck possession so far in this early part of the game. Delayed offsides. Linesman makes the call. And he's going to bring it back down, all the way down for intentional offsides. So we got 10:58 remaining in the first period. No score. Bombers with it again, just shooting it over the blue line, still unable to really get any sort of possession going. The Moose doing a good job of playing defensively against the Bombers. Moose look to bang it off the boards, unable to get it out. Second chance, they can skate it out. Send the long one directly at the net. West steers it behind. Dylan Rochon with it now. His shot intercepted, and the Bombers come back the other way. Nate Jakubowski looking to split the defense. Jakubowski taking a little exception to Jamie Gardner. And the two push and shove now in the corner. We got a little break in the action. We want to remind you of some upcoming games here at the Icebox Sports Center. Friday, November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, we'll have the Michigan Stars in town. Actually, that's the Metro Moose in town, I believe, that day. And the same Metro Moose team. And they'll be here for a 7 o'clock start. I'd love to see you here.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of the Moose over the balance of this month.
Don't forget about our next ball game will be Friday, November 28th, when the Moose return to the Xbox for a 7 p.m. game.
In addition to the Friday, November 28th game, Sunday, November 30th, 3 p.m. start. The same Moose back in action as they make the long trip back to Michigan for the Friday game against the Bombers. They head up to Traverse City, I believe, for Saturday night, and right back down to Brownstown again for the Sunday
excellent game. Save by Brian Stewart. Actually blocked that puck with his back. Dropped the stick and turned and blocked the puck with his back. Excellent play. The big goaltender. He takes up a lot of space.
Dismuke breaks that up, sends it to Marasco. Going down the ice, Marasco loses it, though, to Jamie Gardner, who just sends it back over the blue line, and the Bombers send it right back on net.
The best offensive flurry from the Bombers right there. They got the puck up. Stewart had lost the stick. Very alertly turned and blocked the puck with his back. He could keep it out of that upper corner.
Action's still a little choppy. We're 10:28 and 27 into the period. Things are smoothing out a little bit, though, play-wise. Another stoppage in play. In addition to the two games we just mentioned on November 28th, November 30th, December 7th, the Michigan Stars will be back here in the Ice Box. And that's a Sunday game as well, 3 o'clock start. Tickets are $7 for adults, $5 for students and seniors. Moose coming back the other way now. Langlois intercepts for the Bombers, sends it in, and hits the linesman's skate just inside the blue line. Chris Tutalo with a long shot. West gloves it off. Loose puck, and he holds on in the crease for the faceoff. Been pretty much the flow so far. Is there 10-15 seconds of skating, a shot on net, glove it off, and have a face-off.
Yeah, both teams play pretty much similar hockey here. The dump and chase game with intense forechecking, the key to their offenses.
Ryan Senek for the Bombers tries to flip it out and hits the rafters. Keep the face-off in the Bomber zone with 8:46 remaining in the first. Senek and Brian Buonomo from the Moose having a few words. Senek skating back behind him as he went to line up for the face-off and tapped him on the back of the legs with the stick a little bit. Nothing comes out of that, though, and we'll line up for the face-off again. Looting in now against Trevor Linden. Linden gets the face-off. Senek tries to send it back to Chris Ryan, and it goes to the side of the net. Ryan with it now. Getting out of his own zone. Ryan with a nice backhand pass to Linden. Linden to Senek. Senek sends it wide. Ryan misses the puck, though, and Dane Gluting sends it right back the other way. Back to Gluting. Gluting with a shot and a nice glove by Austin West.
Good play. And Nate Jakubowski played that well. Forced the shooter wide. When he went to make the pass, Austin West had it the whole way.
Gluting again, in for the face-off. Lost again, this time to Kyle DiMaggio. And Adam Mazzola along the boards tries to squeeze it out and unable to do so. Moose doing a good job so far tonight overall of keeping the puck in the Bomber zone. Their point men doing a great job. Ryan Croft circles his own goal line. Sends it across to Adam Jakubowski, sends it up to Mazzola. Mazzola just sends it across ice and down, and Derek Watkins picks it up. Watkins unable to control it though as he's taken down. Watkins doing a good job forechecking there and forcing the Moose to have to turn back. Adam Jakubowski with it now to Kyle DiMaggio. DiMaggio sends it in from center ice. Moose unable to clear the zone though. Langlois fans on his chance. And here come the Moose the other way. Dane Gluding. Gluding to a streaking Ian Gajek. Ian Gajek with just a good opportunity there. And West reading it the whole way though and standing tall. Oh! Big hit. Big hit by Troy Boudreau.
Yeah.
Bombers player along the boards. Kyle DiMaggio, I believe it was, along the boards. And
I think it taking a little exception to hit from the back.
He had a good running start there. The face-off remains to the right of Austin West. 7:04 left in the first. Bombers doing a relatively good job so far. Definitely no power outages or anything. They just haven't been able to get their offense going in any sort of a sustained measure.
We got a Bomber penalty.
Roughing coming up. Chris Ryan will sit a pair. This will be the first power play of the game. It's going to be important for the Bombers to establish their domain right now, especially a man short. Need to kill this off. 6:50 remaining in the period. Dylan Rochon takes it back behind his own net. Rochon sets, waits. Gluding takes it from him. Gluding sends it back to Rochon. Rochon sends it up along to Chris Natalo. The Bombers intercept, back out to center ice. Gluding fires a long one in around the boards, wraps it around. And the Bombers manage to get to it, but they can't get it out. Adam Jakubowski with it behind his own net. He's being given some pressure by Gluding. Gluding again comes out of the corner with it. Gluding tied up now in the corner by Ryan Croft. He kicks it out to the point. Nice setup for Chris Natalo. Chris Natalo again at the side of the net. West right there, unable to score. There's 1:03 now remaining in the power play for the Moose. And here come the Moose again. Skating it over the blue line. 3-on-4, setting it to the side of the net. West doing a good job there to cover the corner. Natalo with it along the boards. Skating back and forth, looking for somebody to pass it to. Rennie Ford doing a good job putting some pressure on him, forces him to cough it up, and the Bombers shoot it all the way down with 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. The Moose continued. Chris Natalo, puck comes off the boards a little bit past him. And now
should do it.
10 seconds left. And at the most, the Moose may get one more opportunity here if they rush.
Yeah, take a little time for the player to get back into play. So
Craig Miller doing a great job stick handling the puck. Drops it back to the point to Dylan Rochon, who sends it wide. Bombers back to full strength. Man back in the play. So Bombers doing a good job. First time they're tested.
Good penalty kill. Good penalty kill, and actually not a bad time for an icing there. Allows you to switch up your players, get the penalty killers off the ice.
Get the lineup back.
Always a dangerous period right after that period, penalty expires. Your penalty killers have been out there usually a minute. They're a little bit tired, and the momentum tends to drop a little bit. Your energy level drops a little bit right after.
Troy Boudreau with an opportunity at the side of the net with the deflection. Sends it just a little bit wide. Adam Jakubowski trying to flip it up over center, and it's gloved off and dropped by Craig Miller, and referee rules that he closed his hand on the puck. As a result, it's whistled dead, and the faceoff will be outside the Bombers' blue line. with 4:22 left in the first period. No score. Aaron Jakubowski tries to get the face off, and the Bombers come out of the scrum with it, though. Lukasz Vepi. Vepi's got Aaron Jakubowski with him. Jakubowski skates over the puck, though, and Eric Troop sends it back behind him. That to Vepi, who touches it up. Bombers trying to keep it in at the point, and Aaron Jakubowski does, but the Moose managed to send it right back out to center ice.
Oh, that was close.
Rashawn doing a great job there.
Just got a skate on that to stop a 3-on-1.
The Bombers now trying to get possession. They get the puck into the Stars zone, and they finish up their line change. Trevor Linden giving chase. Linden steals the puck. Scores!
Oh, that's gotta feel good.
Behind the net. Comes around the side, and I don't even know if Brian Stewart had a chance to fully set there. Stewart kind of surprised as anybody.
That's got to feel good for Trevor Linden.
Beautiful play by Trevor Linden to pull that one off.
He picks up his first as a Bomber.
The Bombers take a 1-0 lead. 16-24 of the first period.
Bombers goal, his first of the season, scored by number 91, Trevor Linden.
And Linden with his first of the year.
Was unassisted at 16.
An unassisted goal.
Linden's first, unassisted at 16-24.
You know, Linden could have easily appealed back instead of cutting behind the net, especially when his team was finishing a line change.
Right.
And he didn't. He went in the way he was supposed to, and he put the pressure on the Moose. Got him to cough up the puck, and managed to flip it a little bit on the wide side. Past Stewart. And the Bombers took the early lead. Miller with it at the side of the net. Miller trying to make something happen. Bombers don't deny it. And here comes Winston Pappas back the other way. Winston Pappas sends a shot through two defensemen on net. Kicked aside, and his other opportunity of trying to pick up the loose puck. Denied. And the Moose right back the other way. Chris Tutalo leaves it. Miller picks it up, though. Miller shoots it high and over the net.
Well, that's a dangerous player. The first player gets that shot, blocked by the defenseman, comes straight back out. Seems to always be that trailer right there, getting a good shot on your goalie.
Looks like Derek Watkins shaking up along the boards. Getting to his feet, making it back to the bench. He looks pretty shaken up, though. And the Moose right back the other way again. Brian Bonomo unable to get his shot off the side of the net. And Adam Wazzola taken down now. Wazzola looked like he may have been crunched into the goalpost. And Wazzola down. Dangerous. 30 seconds there of action with the Bombers possibly getting two injuries out of that play. Trainer out to check on him. Meantime, we want to remind you you can get a full schedule of the Bombers games, home and away. Go out to the website at www.brownstownbombers.com and check out the schedule, stats, game up recaps, player roster, and player information, and more.
And the ever-popular Bomber message board.
Definitely the most active message board in the CEHL. So it looks like they're going to escort Troop off the ice. He's not getting up on his own power. Nate Jakubowski helping him up. And Wazzola will head off to the dressing room.
Adams had some knee problems the past year and missed a portion of a game earlier this year when his kneecap popped out and appears to have problems with the knee again. Also, during the break, I'd like to again talk about the billet families. One of the unique things with junior hockey is these players come from all over the world and they need places to live. The Bombers always looking for billet families. Take a player into your home, and it's really a nice thing, especially if you have a younger child playing hockey. Really become part of the Bomber family, and the players they gain lifelong friendships out of this, and anybody who's interested can call the Icebox at 734-676-5500 if you're interested in hosting a Bomber player.
And the Bombers take the play down to the Moose end, and the play comes right back. And Dismuke with it now in his own zone. Along the boards. And the Bombers manage to just flip it down the ice. Moose come right back. Gluting with it now, coming across the blue line. Gluting sends a shot towards the net that hit Nate Jakubowski. Didn't go anywhere. And the Bombers get it back over the blue line again. Ford leaves it for Marasco. Marasco fires a shot high over the net. Dismuke sends it back behind the Moose net. Ford back there again. Rennie Ford with the puck. Ford ragging it. Sends it back behind the net, and Troop goes back to pick it up. Eric Troop being pestered. Ford and Troop both tied up, and we're going to have a holding penalty coming up to the Metro Moose. So Rennie Ford does his job.
That's a 2-point takedown on that one.
Rennie Ford doing his job along the boards, forcing the Moose player to tie him up, get the holding penalty, and with 39 seconds remaining in the first, and the Bombers leading 1-0. They'll go back on the power play.
Well, we get the power play, plus we've got the Moose's top player sitting in the box for the next 2 minutes.
Bombers big on the power play last night. 4 for 5 on the power play, plus 1 shorthanded goal.
Is that right, Mooses? Are they Mooses or Moose?
Mises. Bombers trying to center it out front.
Whoa,
Brian Senek swats at it, misses. Nate Jakubowski back to Senek. Senek sends it behind the net to Kyle DiMaggio. DiMaggio tries to center it, hits the side of the net. Back out to the top of the circle. Chris Marasco's shot blocked. DiMaggio giving chase again. Nate Jakubowski keeps it from squirting past him. Sends it back along the boards. Aaron Jakubowski giving chase, but there's the buzzer. So the Bombers will have 1:22 of the power play when they start the second period.
Nope, and we got a scrum going now.
It's like Kyle DiMaggio, and I'm not sure who it was from the Moose. Tied up behind the net, taken down to the ice. Not a whole lot happening there, just a little wrestling match.
At the end of the first period, score is Brownstown Bombers 1, Metro Fighting Moose 0. Shots on goal in the first period, for the Moose 50 and for the Bombers 6.
So that'll do it for the first period. And we come out of it with the Bombers leading at the end of 1-0 on Trevor Linden's first goal of the year. And we'll be back to start the second period. A little bit of bad news for the Bombers, though, is 2 players out with injuries. Derek Watkins.
Derek Watkins definitely out with a separated shoulder. Adam Wazzola with a dislocated kneecap. He's had that problem earlier this year and had it pop back in and was able to come back. I'm not sure whether or not he'll return today.
So that's going to even up the bench a little bit more, as the Moose came into today with only 17 people on the bench, and the Bombers had a full 20. So that's going to even up the bench just a little bit more. And actually, that, as usual, that's going to benefit the opposing team and allow them to maybe not be quite so stretched.
Right.
So we're 29 seconds into the second. 52 seconds remain in the power play for the Bombers. And the face-off will be to the left of Brian Stewart. Aaron Jakubowski in to take the face-off for the Bombers. He's got Lukasz Vepi with him. And on the left side, Brian Senek. Nate Jakubowski keeps it in at the point. Vepi can't control it, though, and the Moose take it, shoot at the length of the ice. Austin West just steers it off to the corner as Chris Marasco comes back to pick it up. Pass over to Aaron Jakubowski, who sends a long one back to Vepi. Vepi to Senek. Senek with a shot just wide. Aaron Jakubowski takes it off the boards and backhands it towards the net and doesn't make it through. Chris Marasco winds up from the point. Nice shot. Senek can't do anything with it. Senek had it on his stick, but he just couldn't control it. Aaron Jakubowski made an attempt and it went wide. The Moose back to full strength, and we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Bombers. Brian Senek for an elbow. See the number, I believe it might have been Dave Zielinski along the boards that he hit. Actually, it was Craig Miller, took the elbow along the boards, and the Moose will have their second power play of the night. Bluting wins the face-off for the Moose. Marasco steals it, though. Ford giving chase along the boards. Ford just trying to keep the puck deep in the zone. Ford doing a good job giving chase, but here comes Gluting back with the puck. Gluting makes center ice and just bangs it in. Bombers giving chase now behind their own net, trying to get possession back. And the Moose come out with it at the side of the net, centers it, nobody there, and actually I believe it was Nate Jakubowski gets spun with it. Now it was Chris Marasco that spun with it, shot it the length of the ice, and the Moose look to regroup. Gajic with it now, skating out. Gajic takes it all the way in, and he gets crunched along the boards by Chris Ryan. This is Ryan's second big hit so far this game. Ryan takes his man under the boards, ties him up. Allows the Bombers to get the puck down the ice, and Eric Troop giving a hard chase to it. Stewart has to play it. 40 seconds now remain in the power play for the Moose. Bombers flip it back down the ice, and Adam Jakubowski sends it to length. 30 seconds remain in the penalty to Brian Senek. Gajic with it again, skating over the blue line. Troop almost gets it over the blue line, but the Moose do a good job to keep it in. Jay Rush at the blue line just manages to stop the puck right on the line, keeps it in. West holds the puck though at the side of the net, forcing the face-off with 12 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Where you can read the Bomber Corner every Wednesday in the sports section. Comcast Cable, Dance Music DJ, John Rogan GMC Truck, Friendly Ford Incorporated. Thank you.
So the Bombers trying to finish off this penalty kill with 3 seconds now left in it. Moose continue to put pressure back though, but Eric Troop just manages to sweep it out. And here comes Senek. Senek back all on his own, almost manages to get a break with the puck. The Moose trying to come right back the other way. Brian Boone almost sends the puck deep. The Bombers send it right back though, the other side of the neutral ice. Pappas ties his man up along the boards, and West settles the puck behind the net for Ryan Croft. Croft plays it off the boards right to a Moose player. That was almost a bad turnover there. Almost proved costly. Trevor Linden again though. Linden skates in. Puck doesn't make its way through.
Hit Nate Jakubowski in front.
Then the Moose managed to shoot it all the ways down the ice. We're going to have an icing. Except the Moose got there first to nullify it. Bombers managed to clear the zone. Jay Rush goes back for the Moose with the puck. Rush just sends it up along the boards to Jerry Ashuler. Ashuler just gets it over the line. And the Bombers try to take it back the other way. Trevor Linden with it. Slots at it along the boards. His stick is partially taken out from under him. He doesn't get all of it. West with a big shoulder save. Puck right back, and the Moose score. West with a shoulder save there, but was unable to control the puck, and it fell right back down into the slot. The Moose bang it home to tie this game up 1-1. 5:07 gone.
Yeah, the defense allowed the Moose player to slip in and around the corner and stand in front of the net and was able to pick up that rebound.
Score tied, 1-1. 14 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second period. So Gajik, I guess I've been pronouncing it wrong. Hopefully Matt's right. I'm going to start trying to pronounce it that way. Gajik with the goal. Brings this game even for the Moose. Oh, Dismuke takes it either an elbow or a butt end of the stick to the mouth, and he just drops. Dismuke back up. Looks to be okay. Still a little shaky as he heads back to the bench. Doesn't look like there's a call on the play. Teams line back up just inside the blue line on the Bombers' side of the ice. Adam Jakubowski circles behind his own net with it, starts skating it out, looks to pass it to Rennie Ford, but unable to get it through. Troy Boudreau was right there to break it up. Croft with it again, now behind his own net. Croft skates it out. He looks to send it some right.
Oh, giveaway there.
Sends it right across to Craig Miller, and Miller had nothing but room to step into the side of the net and wasn't able to get the shot off though. Bombers. Jamie Gardner fires it from the point. Wide on the short side. Ford and Gardner collide. Ford loses his bucket, picks it up, and he's right back in the action. Croft chases the puck back down into his own zone. He's got two Moose on him. Long pass a little too far for Rennie Ford, and Ford and Marasco decide to head to the bench for the line change. Once again, keeping fresh players on the ice is going to be important against this bigger team as the game wears down.
Yep, offside there. Yeah, this is going to be tooth and nail right to the end. You look at the standings with New Jersey sitting there at 14-1-1, and the Bombers at the bottom with 3-6-3. Would look like a mismatch, but what we've seen today, these teams are pretty equal. Good, tight hockey game. The Bombers, of course, running into some bad luck early this year and cost them a few games. That tends to even out. We'll see how things go today. That's definitely going to be a nail-biter right to the end.
Pappas nailing Sean Stasiel right at his bench, much to the chagrin of the Moose. We're talking about the standings, and the Bombers, with the win last night, managed to pull into a fifth-place tie with Traverse City, who lost 3-1 to this Metro Moose team. The Traverse City is idle today, so a win by the Bombers can move them 2 points ahead in the sole possession of fifth. 1 point behind Toledo, depending their outcome of their game tonight against the Michigan Stars in Brighton. Lukasz Vepi unable to center the puck from behind the net. Aaron Jakubowski loses it though, gets it back along the boards, sends it back in behind the net. Jay Rush with it for the Moose. Rush plays it off the boards, unable to get it out. Aaron Jakubowski just sends it back in deep. Vepi giving chase. Vepi tries to tie his man up. And the Bombers unable to get possession though as the Moose come right back the other way. Dane Gluding drops it to Jerry Aschuler. Moose miscue at the blue line as the puck bounces over the stick, all the ways back down. Bombers looking to try to forecheck, trying to make something happen. Moose doing a good job to poke that one by Chris Ryan breaking in. Dismuke giving chase though to tie his man up along the boards, and the Bombers shoot it right back the other way.
Good to see Sam Dismuke back out that shift. Really can't afford to lose any more players today.
Not. Well, especially if you look at the caliber of the two players that the Bombers lost. I mean, they're both very important, and they both played extremely key roles last night in the game.
Right, and Derek Watkins had a slow start this year, and the last 3 games has really played well with high energy and high speed, and really looked like he'd got his game back. And of course, he is definitely out. Adam Mazzola has just improved game by game and is starting to become a scoring force for the Bombers as well. And that's a big blow to lose those 2 players.
Both players were so involved last night, not only offensively but defensively. They were all over the ice. So definitely a couple of losses that are going to hurt the Bombers, but they should be both somewhat temporary. Chris Ryan with it from the point, gets the shot all the way through, and Stewart has to glove it off.
Marasco just a half-second late. Couldn't quite get there in time to get that rebound in.
So we're 8:56, I'm sorry, into the first period. Score tied 1-1. Sam Dismuke working it in the corner. He's tied up. And the Bombers managed to keep it in though along the blue line. Moose get it back, and they still can't get it too far over the blue line before it's knocked back in. Nate Jakubowski, just a long shot from center ice. Dismuke giving chase. Dismuke keeps it along the boards to Marasco. Marasco couldn't feed it across though. To Rennie Ford.
The bouncing puck, they really couldn't get any steam on that pass.
You can pick up your chocolate puck sets of cards for only $1 a piece or 5 for $4. Pucks will be charged between the second and third period.
Well, same Metro Moose will be back here in action Friday, November 28th, and Sunday, November 30th, 7 p.m. for Friday's game, 3 p.m. for Sunday's game. Head on down to the Icebox next weekend, folks. Pick up your tickets. Tickets are $7 for adults, $5 for students and seniors. Ryan Croft with it at center ice. Croft just bangs it off the board and off the referee, and still manages to get it deep into the zone. Moose coming back the other way. Bob Beausolet centers it. Brian Buonomo just couldn't find the handle on it. Moose center it again, and Austin West holds on, and we'll have a face-off in the circle to his left. And then the December 7th game, Sunday, December 7th, 3 p.m. start. We'll see the Michigan Stars, team that you saw in action last week right here on this station. They'll be in town for a 3 o'clock game. Moose line up from the point. West just steers it aside. Aaron Jakubowski tying his man up, and the Bombers get the puck, and they're back coming down the other end of the ice. Veppy, he's got Langlois with him. Langlois gets the pass to him, but Langlois tied up, unable to do anything. Langlois trying to work the puck, and the Moose come back out with it. Looting sends it over to Jerry Ashuler. Ashuler back to Gluting. In the corner with the puck, Ashuler working it again. Trying to get possession, and the Moose come out with it. Good job by Troop to tie his man up and take him down. And the Bombers just send the puck back down the other end of the ice. And we have an icing to bring the puck all the way back down to where it started from. So if you want to check out the schedules for other games coming up, make your plans to be in attendance here at the Icebox Sports Center in Brownstown, you can check out the Bombers website at www.brownstownbombers.com. Oh, and high riser.
The Bombers will let them think
I don't know if West had to be quick on that or if he just had to stand his ground.
including the sponsor of the News Herald newspapers, Comcast Cable, from the Ford in a row, John Rogan, GMC, Truckwood Autolist, and Dan's Music DJ. Thank you.
Chris Ryan with the puck behind his own net, looking for a little skating room. Nobody to pass it to. He turns back, sends it behind the net to Nate Jakubowski. Sends a long pass up. Tipped off Marasco's stick to Ford. Ford's got it now in the circle. Ford loses it though and along the boards, and he's working to try to get it back. Nate Jakubowski unable to contain it though. Marasco takes his player into the boards. The Moose still get the puck and shoot it in deep. Kyle DiMaggio having a little trouble finding the handle on the puck. Dumps it around. And the Bombers looking to try to get some sort of skating room, some sort of momentum going right now. And plays get been a little choppy back and forth this period, as the first was. Nobody really allowing any sort of open ice area. The teams playing each other extremely well.
Right.
Marasco with it at center ice. Marasco's got Ford, but they're heading to the bench. Marasco just dumps it in behind Brian Stewart.
It's a good game for a color commentator because play-by-play is busy the entire time. It's puck going from player to player to player. Nothing, just sustained action. No real breaks in the action.
Well, we get a break there.
Of course, because I said something.
But we can't have you have that easy. You got to earn your pay here.
Kind of thing, yeah, my big salary. Good up and down action, though. It's a excellent game between two teams, like we've been talking about. Very evenly matched here. The Moose a little bigger, a little stronger. The Bombers probably a little bit quicker.
Puck back out at center ice. Adam Jakubowski tries to turn to pick it up and loses the edge of his skate. Pappas has it now behind his own net. And we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Bombers. So the Moose will wind up with their third power play of the night. Brian Senek being escorted to the penalty box. Five-minute major for Spearing. So Senek will be gone as well.
Another loss for the Bombers. That puts big body up front.
Puts the bench, both benches at 15 skaters each. And Senek gets a 5-minute major for Spearing and a game misconduct. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, Brian's a big part of the Bomber offense. Now with Federo out injured, Adam Mazzola out injured, and now Senek gets a lot of goals and just went to the locker room.
And the Bombers are going to have to kill 5 minutes being a man short unless they can pull the Moose into a couple penalties here. And if the Moose manage to score on this power play, Bombers will not get the man back. 5-minute major, he has to sit all 5 minutes.
Bomber penalty number 5, Brian. 5-minute major for Spearing and a game misconduct. Time for penalties, 13 minutes, 14 seconds.
The Bombers manage to shoot it all the way down the other end of the ice. The Moose regrouping. Looking to take their time, try to get some possession deep in the zone, and try to set a man out front.
That looked like a 7-iron from about 140 yards there off from Ryan Croft.
A little dog leg there. So the face-off will be just inside the Bombers' blue line. Aaron Jakubowski tries to win the face-off for the Bombers. The Moose have it at the point. Shoot it back in. Bluting in the corner with it. Bluting's got Chris Tatalo deep, but he sends it out to the point to Dave Zielinski. And Weskis holds on to that puck, forcing the face-off. 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the major penalty to the Bombers, Brian Senek. 6:06 remaining in the second period. The score is tied 1-1.
Now this is going to be a key point in the game for the Bombers. they can keep the Moose off of the scoreboard at this point, they're going to get the momentum
Big
with the big penalty kill. And of course, for the Moose, it's a great opportunity to get a lead and extend a lead, since the Bomber player will not return to the ice after a goal.
Nate Jakubowski doing a good job there to break the play up, but unable to get control. And the Moose still managed to cycle it in the zone. Moose send it at the net. Dylan Rochon gets wide on the short side. Austin West gloves it. And there's a minute 5 gone now in the 5-minute major, 3:55 remaining. Rochon with it at the point. Rochon fires it in, but it's knocked down out front. Nate Jakubowski doing a good job. The skate's tied up in the puck's tied up in the referee's skate. Rene Ford cannot clear it.
Another bad break for the Bombers. Have seemed to get a few of those today already.
As I said last night, sometimes you be the stick, sometimes you be the puck. And there's Ford. He's in all alone. Ford takes it off the boards, and Ford manages to not score. Brian Stewart's skate, though, kicking the net off the mooring.
The big goaltender there, and Rennie not able to get the puck up, but getting a good scoring opportunity. A shorthanded.
Breakaway post, advantage to the goaltender there. As it's not that hard to put your skate up against it and just make it look accidental that you're pushing it off.
All right.
It happens at every level. So there's 3:20 now remaining in the power play for the Moose. And the Bombers just trying to keep pressure, trying to keep the Moose from getting able to set in the Bomber zone. Arean Jakubowski forechecking. Moose coming back down. Bluting with it. Bluting steps in, winds, fakes, takes it to the sideboards. Bluting in the edge of the circle along the boards. Sends it out to the point. To Michael Letary. Letary shoots it wide, though. And the Bombers managed to squirt it right back down the other end of the ice again. As we're almost halfway through the 5-minute major, the Bombers have done a good job so far, not allowing the Moose the opportunity to set and get somebody in close. Chris Tutali with it along the boards. Dave Zielinski. Zielinski tries to center it.
Whoa, deflection.
Jakubowski broke up that centering that pass and accidentally sent it right towards his goaltender who was already down. And that one looked like it might have had a good opportunity of going up and over Austin West and into the net. West doing a good job there to grab a hold of it. And we're down to 2:22 left in the 5-minute major penalty to Brian Senek. Sam Dismuke sitting in the box, taking the penalty for Senek.
5 seconds off.
So gluting in to take the face off against Winston Pappas. Moose win the face off. Out to Rochon. Rochon with the slap shot wide on the short side again. It's about the third one that Rochon's missed the same way.
That looked like the deliberate wide shot there as a Moose player cutting in from the right side. Got the rebound right off the backboard and nearly got a shot there, but bouncing over his stick.
So Rochon sends it to Zielinski. Zielinski skates it in, wraps it around the boards. Bluting giving chase. Miller with it. Knocked off his stick and all the way down the ice. And there's a minute 35 remaining in the power play for the Moose. Bluting sends it across ice. Jerry Ashler, who just dumps it in. West behind the net to stop it. He gets tied up in a collision.
And we get another bounce off those doors. And that looked like a slider, maybe. I don't. Winston Pappas just wound up and let one go there. And, of course, had the speed maybe of a changeup, but
the face-off will remain in the circle to the left. of Austin West with 1:07 remaining now in the major penalty. And the puck just jumps over Zielinski's stick off the boards and all the ways down the ice. As there's now under a minute remaining in the penalty. Zielinski with it, coming out of the corner. Zielinski sends it up to Ashuler. Ashuler tries to skate it in, but he loses it, and the Bombers send it right back the other way. Just content to eat the clock as much as they can right now, trying to get this back to a full-strength situation. Brian Langlois winds up because he sends it in, and it bounces off the stick of a Moose. And the Moose with it right back the other way again. Gluding's been out there almost a full 5 minutes, it looks like. Nate Jakubowski tries to send it off the boards, unable to do so. But Marasco will get it. Marasco manages to squirt it over the line with 12 seconds now remaining in the 5-minute major.
One more clear here.
Nobody the other way. It was a bad decision by Brian Langlois to wrap it back around behind the net. And the Bombers managed to kill off the 5-minute major. Austin West holds on.
Makes a good save there at the end.
Good timing. Give the Bombers a chance to take a breather as well as get the lines addressed the way they need to. And 1:41 remain in the second period. 1-1 tie.
These are good hockey.
For the Bombers to play that well against a team that is plus 37 already. They lead the league in plus minus as a team, plus 37. They've allowed only 28 goals against while scoring 65 goals for in 16 games, and they hold them off the board for a 5-minute major like that is huge.
Right. The Moose have extended a lot of that plus minus, and most every team that's gone into New Jersey has had real problems the first game. If you look at the scores, they've been winning by big scores on Saturday. The Sunday game's a little closer as the teams have to make that long bus ride in. So that's a little bit not quite true there with the plus 37. I mean, it's fact, but there's reasons for it there. But they definitely a good hockey team. They've come into Michigan. They've been on the road and played very, very well. So they're a big, strong, tough team, and the excellent play over that 5 minutes.
Croft has his man behind the net. Miller loses the puck in the corner, though. Kyle DiMaggio goes back for it, sends it to Adam Jakubowski, who just manages to clear the blue line. 25 seconds remain in the period now, and the Bombers just want to get out of this. Right. Regroup, come back for the third, and try to outplay the Moose in the final 20 minutes. The Moose managed to get a shot off.
Aaron Jakubowski missed that check.
Gajic with a chance there that West managed to make the save on. So with 6 seconds left, we're going to have an icing. I'm going to bring the face-off down to the right of Austin West in the circle.
Big face-off for the Bombers there. If they can win this draw, they can kill the rest of the period. Get 15 minutes to regroup and come back out and look for a strong third.
Jakubowski wins the face-off. He just squirts it down the ice, and that's going to pretty well do it. Veppy giving chase, though. Veppy putting pressure on his player and almost getting the puck away as both players were behind the goaltender. So that's going to do it for the second period, and the only goal this period was the lone goal by Ian Gajic for the Moose, and we enter the second intermission with the teams tied 1-1. We'll be back for the start of the third period. We're back for the start of the third period. Play just underway here. And we got a quick whistle. Just 19 seconds into the third. The game tied 1-1.
Yeah, good first two periods for the Bombers. Giving up a goal in the second period on a defensive mistake there allowed them to get open to tie the game, but good back and forth action between two teams that look pretty evenly matched.
So the Moose with possession again in their own zone, trying to get it out. Jay Rush with it along the boards. It's taken away from him. Winston Pappas swats it back in behind the net. And the Moose coming back up the ice. Nate Jakubowski at his own blue line. Just dumps it back down. And the Bombers complete a line change. Ice still a little bit wet, but the puck's moving relatively well. Looting with it now in the corner, in the Bomber zone. Leaves it for Jerry Ashler. Ashler sends it to Gagic. Gagic sends it across to Gluting. Gluting just dumps it into the other corner now. With Ashler working the corner, trying to dig the puck loose. Gagic pulls it out from between Ashler's skates. He comes around the side of the net and tries to wrap around. It just goes right through the crease. Gluting with it now, quarterbacking behind the net, sends it out to the point. Long slap shot just wide.
Good hard shot.
Moose continued to put pressure on, kept in at the point by Zielinski. Zielinski shoots it in though. The Bombers unable to clear, and Zielinski sends another shot that West has to kick away.
Well, the Bombers will be playing the third period with just 3 lines now as they've lost 2 players to injury and Brian Senek to a game misconduct and a spearing penalty.
There's one good thing to be said about the 3 players lost, though. At least they were all in the forward position.
Yeah.
You didn't lose any defensemen, so you could still run your 6 defensemen, which is going to be key for the remainder of this game.
Now, 2 players off of 1 line. They only got to move 1 player, and they're able to keep 2 lines intact, which can be very important chemistry-wise here. As the players get used to where each other is on the ice and knowing what the guy's going to do ahead of time, it's a little easier to play the game.
Nader from the point sends it in wide off the boards. And the Moose coming right back the other way. Good head of steam by Brian Buonomo. West steers that one aside. Langlois giving chase down the corner. Langlois bangs the puck off the boards. Moose managed to keep it in. And here come the Bombers back the other way. And the Moose doing a quick transition as well. Moose doing a good job there to make sure that it wasn't a 3-on-2. They came back with four players. The transition game's been relatively important today, and both teams have done a pretty good job at it when they've had the opportunities.
Yeah, not a lot of open ice in this game. Not a lot of long skating spells. It's been back and forth.
A little mucky.
Yeah, a little bit of mucking about.
The Moose coming back down the other end. They just shoot it, dump it in behind the net. West sends it off into the corner. Kyle DiMaggio tied up along the sideboards. He wasn't able to get to it. Moose keep it in at the point. Pappas knocks it over the blue line, though, to DiMaggio. DiMaggio tries to send it back to Trevor Linden. Linden doing a good job trying to work as he's tied up by 2 defensemen. Eventually, the Moose defense won out. Got the puck, and they just dumped it back down into the Bomber zone. Croft with it off the boards behind the net. Jakubowski now. And we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Moose. We got a hook.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to be on Troy Boudreau. Boudreau is going to sit a pair now for the hook. We give the Bombers another power play opportunity. We'll see if they can capitalize on it with 16:11 remaining in the third period and possibly the game.
Yeah, big penalty, big power play for the Bombers here.
2-minute minor for hooking time, and a penalty 3 minutes and 49 seconds of the third period.
So the Bombers with it now, coming out of their own zone. Aaron Jakubowski takes it a pass at the blue line, sends it over to Eric Troop at the Moose blue line. Troop sets, manages to try to center it, but the Moose intercept, shoot it back down the other way. Gagic doing a good job to give chase. But the Bombers come back. Lukasz Vepi with it. Vepi with it along the board, sends it across the center to Nate Jakubowski, who spins with it. But misses the net. Vepi again. Vepi just sends it back into the corner. Bombers trying to keep possession. Nate Jakubowski at the point, almost loses it, manages to get it in the Vepi, who sends it behind the net to Eric Troop, who tries to center it. But it's gloved off by Brian Stewart, and they'll keep the face off in the circle to the left of Stewart.
For the one advantage of having a goaltender the size of Brian Stewart, he goes down to his knees to block a save. He's still shoulder high to the top bar. There's not a lot of room that's available. He stands up, the net is only to his waist. A big advantage to have a goalie that size.
Heard it's a league rule too that if you're knocking him down, you have to yell timber. Dismuke with it at center ice. Dismuke just dumps it in behind the net. Marasco comes out with it. Marasco tries to center it, but Dismuke was turned around. Couldn't do anything with it. He pulls it off the sideboard zone. There's dumped.
Another penalty.
He's dumped.
Sam Dismuke taken down.
Give them the puck as soon as they can for this two-man advantage. And that's going to do it. There's 26 seconds left in the first penalty, and the Moose are going to pick up a second one. So the Bombers will have 26 seconds of a two-man advantage. As Dave Zielinski goes for hooking at 5:23 of the third.
Very critical 26 seconds here.
You win the face-off, you want to get it back to one of your defensemen and try to get somebody in close for that opportunity right out front for a deflection.
Good play down low, just unable to get the shot on the net.
23 seconds of the third period.
Bombers circle with it.
No, Rennie Ford misfired.
Puck goes into the corner now, and Bombers trying to still come out with it, and Sam Dismuke takes a shot from the edge of the circle. And oh, that was dangerous. A long clearing pass by the Moose.
Yeah, if you get that clear just as the player comes out of the penalty box, you see a lot of offensive chances from that.
Troy Boudreau knew what he needed to do when he got out of the box, and there was a pass was almost waiting for him. There's 1:07 now remaining in the penalty, the last penalty to the Moose. The Bombers are down to having a one-man advantage. 13:40 left in the third period. Score is still tied 1-1. Aaron Jakubowski lines up for the face-off for the Bombers. Bombers manage to get the puck back at center ice. Chris Ryan just shoots it in. And the Moose return the favor all the way down the ice. Nate Jakubowski giving chase. Jakubowski turns in his own end. Eric Troop with it now, circles back as he's being pestered. Out to Aaron Jakubowski along the boards. Aaron just dumps it in. Vepi giving chase. Vepi steals it away, sends it back to Jakubowski, who stick handles through traffic and gets a shot off. And we have a cross-checking penalty coming up now. It looks like another penalty, a third straight penalty to the Moose. This time it'll be on Jamie Gardner. 2 minutes for cross-checking, and the Bombers will have a 31-second two-man advantage this time, an extra 5 seconds over the last time.
Now you see, you get a team wore out in a third game in 3 days, long road trip, good up and down, back and forth hockey like this. You start to get these penalties when you get a little tired. They can't quite make that step, and it's up to the Bombers to take advantage of it here.
Moose coach David Laurie not exactly overly pleased with that call. So the Moose manage to shoot it all the way down the ice, and there's 20 seconds left in the two-man advantage. The Bombers look to try to speed it down the ice to take advantage of the remaining seconds. Vepi with it at the edge of the circle. Vepi loses it off his stick, but he gets it back. Sends it into the corner to Aaron Jakubowski. Aaron Jakubowski back up to Vepi. Duffy at midway on the sideboard. Long, hard shot that was attempted by Chris Bryan and fanned on it.
He missed the change up there.
Nice shot, though, from the point from Nate Jakubowski. Gloved off on the shoulder by Brian Stewart, and the face-off will remain deep in the Moose zone with 1:22 left in the latest penalty to the Moose.
The Bombers got a good shot there, but they didn't get the traffic in front of Brian Stewart that you want to have on that play. Try to take away his vision, possibly get a tip.
Moose scored it back down the ice. This is basically the equivalent of what the Bombers had to kill off at the end of the second period. 5-minute man short, and the Moose have strung together 3 penalties in a row. With slight overlap, I believe that we're right about the 5-minute mark there as well. They've been a man short.
57 seconds.
The Bombers still trying to make something happen. They're not getting the penetration that they're looking for. Kyle DiMaggio with it, sends it out to Winston Pappas. Pappas winds up. Shot doesn't go anywhere, though. Langlois has it back out at center ice. DiMaggio gets it over the blue line. DiMaggio sends it over to Brian Langlois. A little bit far for him. Pappas trying to keep it in, but puck almost bounces over the blue line. Good job by Kyle DiMaggio, but here come the Moose. They get the puck and they shoot it down the ice with 15 seconds left in the penalty to the Moose. Five seconds left, and Jamie Gardner will be out of the box. Luding just looks to kill the clock off, and Gardner back on the ice. He heads to the bench for the line change. Bombers chasing down behind the net. Pappas. Moose get the puck up the sideboards. With a hand pass. Play whistle down. And there's 9 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the third period. Score remains 1-1. A quick recap on the scoring. Trevor Linden scored late in the first for the Bombers to give them a 1-0 lead on a wraparound. And then Ian Gajic scored. For the Moose in the second. And we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Bombers.
And one team gets 3 in a row. You kind of know you're going to get the next one.
Ian Ford for holding. Ian Ford. Rennie Ford. Masco in for the face-off against Dane Gluding. The Bombers will need to kill this one off. Adam Jakubowski just dumps it in behind the net. The Moose are back to regroup. 4 skaters back. The Moose heading out. Gluding skating strong. Gains center ice and just dumps the puck in, wraps it around. Chris Tutalo unable to control it though, and the Bombers just get it over the blue line. Marasco almost intercepting at center ice, and the Moose come right back with it. Bombers break it up, and the Moose get possession again. Moose with a hard shot from the blue line. Gajic sends a hard one in that's sticked off by Austin West. Dismute giving chase to Gajic. Dismute picks up the puck, and he's onside. He's got 2 players.
Oh, just missed there, Adam Jakubowski.
Jakubowski cutting in at the side of the net, almost had a golden opportunity. Aaron Jakubowski back the other way, ties his man up and sends him into the boards. Moose missed the net again.
Ooh, good
Out
hit
to the
there.
point. Gluding fan.
Now the Moose with the fan.
And Aaron Jakubowski just dumps it down the ice on net.
Holy,
Has to play it.
seeing all these swing and a miss, I thought I was back at Comerica Park.
The Bombers doing a little back checking. And they steal the puck and shoot it down the ice, and they kill off that penalty. So both teams perfect so far on penalty kill tonight. No power play goals. Nice sliding block by Nate Jakubowski to take away that scoring opportunity for the Moose. The Bombers almost managing to spring themselves with a 2-on-1.
Whoa, dangerous play down low.
Loose puck. Big scrum there. Everybody's banging away at it, and Austin West just holds on.
That puck changed directions 4 times in about 2 feet. It got mixed in with about 8 feet standing there.
There's 8:11 left in the third. Score still tied 1-1. We got a quick break. We want to remind you that the St. Metro Moose will be back here in action November 28th, day after Thanksgiving, and November 30th, that Sunday. 7 o'clock start for the Friday, November 28th game. Sunday game at 3 p.m. Tickets are $7 adults, $5 students and seniors. Pick up your tickets here at the Icebox Sports Center or by calling 734-676-5500. The Moose, they scored! Broken play out front. And Craig Miller manages to scoop up that puck and bang it past the leg of Austin West.
Yeah, West really didn't have a chance on that one.
So the Moose taking a 2-1 lead with 7:53 remaining in the third period. The Bombers find themselves in a little hole right now. They're going to have to come back and maybe gamble a little bit here. There's 7:53 left. Plenty of time. Nothing to panic about yet. But you got to make these opportunities count when you get them.
Metro goal was 4th of the season, scored by number 12, Mike Miller. Assisted by Boudreau, and number 4, Jimmy Gardner. Time to goal, 12 minutes, 7 seconds of the third period.
So we have face-off back outside the Moose blue line. Luding now lines up with Trevor Linden. Bombers unable to get the puck though. And the Moose doing a great job to push past them. Gajek making things happen in the Bomber zone. Slaps it in now into the corner. Bombers pick it up. Spring it back out to center ice. Winston Pappas looking to get around his man. Puck rolls in on net, and Stewart has to play it off to the corner. Moose with it behind their own zone. Aschuler looking to skate it out. He's got Gluding with him. Gluding pulls up along the sideboards. Sends it at the net, and the Bombers send it back the other way. Winston Pappas takes it up to center ice, just dumps it over, and the Bombers will finish their line change with 6:40 now remaining in the game. Lukasz Vepi giving chase and almost forces a turnover there again.
For the last couple games, really seen Lukasz Vepi's game starting to come together. He's getting more and more comfortable with the North American systems and with living in North America. And you can see the talent that he has. He's going to be a player.
Vepi chases his man again. The Moose managed to send it down the length of the ice. Eric Troop back for the Bombers, takes it in behind his own net, holds up, waits for his teammates to come back. And the Moose doing a good job keeping 2 men up, keeping pressure on him, but Troop skates around both of them. Gains center ice and just dumps it in. Bombers, Vepi grabs it off the sideboards and fires it right at the corner of the net.
Now this line has had a lot of chances tonight. They played very well last night. And
very good puck sense by Lukasz Vepi, though. A lot of players would have just tried to wrap it around behind the net, and I think that's what Brian Stewart thought he was doing.
Right.
Brian Stewart looked a little surprised as that puck was coming right towards the open corner. Stewart doing a good job, though, walls it off. Marasco gets the puck from the face-off. Now it's in behind the net. Sam DeSmuke with it in the corner. DeSmuke sends it out front. Marasco's there. He sends a weak one towards the net.
The Bombers would like to thank some of their sponsors for the 2003-2004 season. in gold, sponsor of the CHEL newspaper. Dance Music DJ, the official DJ of all our home games. Pictures in motion, the official photographer for all of our home games. Capital Janice Truck and Friendly Ford Incorporated. Thank you for your support.
Marasco wins the face-off again. Bombers send it towards the net a little bit wide. Koya Schneider, slap shot. Hit the leg of Gajic. The Smuke signaling goal, but no goal light on, and the referee's not calling for it, so there will be no goal. With 5:16 now remaining, and the clock starting to work against the Bombers.
Nothing wrong with trying to influence his calls a little bit.
I think Sam's been reading the How to Hypnotize People book at home. It was a goal. It was a goal.
Yeah, we certainly didn't have that last night.
Schneider with a good shot.
Oh, another.
Schneider again with the puck. Schneider sends it towards the net, a little bit wide. Nobody there to deflect it. Marasco tying up his man. Good job there. Schneider's got the puck back now deep. And the Moose not backing off. They're still forechecking and putting the pressure on. They smell blood right now. Good opportunity there by Ashuler. West has to be quick. Keep the corner walled up. Ford with it now along the boards in the corner. Sends it across ice. Up to the blue line. Schneider gains the blue line for the Moose. Ford with it. Ford sends it back across the ice. Nobody there. The Moose pick it up. Shoot it down. Ready Ford again with it. Ford a little head of steam. He's moving up. Round one player. Almost around a second. He's dumped, but he gets the pass off. And Linden's got possession of the puck. Croft keeps it in at the point. Croft trying to knock the puck down with his glove, unable to do so. And the Moose come back the other way. Gajic just dumps it into the corner, and he slowly skates back to the bench for a line change. Pappas with it for the Bombers. 3:35 remaining in the third. And the time is not on the Bombers' side.
No, we're getting pretty much into the overtime mode here where they've got to score a goal.
Start hearing some 1960s Rolling Stones music.
Yeah, time
ain't on my side.
No.
Moose get the face off. They get the puck in deep behind the net. Still being very tenacious with their forechecking. Moose is not a team that's going to slack off and take it easy and just try to protect that one-goal lead. They're going to keep coming at you. Stewart gloves it off at the other end. Holds it for the face-off. And there's 3:11 left. And the Bombers definitely missing the services of Wazzola, Watkins, and Senek at this point. Especially a big guy like Brian Senek that you can use out there to bang a little bit and try to make a little skating room.
And it didn't help when you come in today and Frank Federo can't play because of a swollen hand, taking your best offensive player out of the lineup. Then to lose three more during the game.
Look at Lukasz Vepi, though, work along the boards. He's being manhandled, but holding his own. Troop with it, sends it around behind the net. Vepi with it, centers it. Vepi,
oh, great opportunity by Aaron Jakubowski, and Chris Line is working very well and getting great opportunities, just unable to get him past the big New Jersey goalie.
That might have been the best opportunity the Bombers had in the third period. So now 2:23 left in the game, or at least in regulation time. Bombers need a goal to tie it up.
Yeah, you really like to see them get a goal here. They played very well today, and really like to see them get a goal, at least get a point out of this. But they're going to need to score in the next 2 minutes to make that happen.
Puck down behind the net, the Moose net. Moose unable to get over the blue line. Schneider keeps it in. Schneider sends it to Ford. Ford stick handling is knocked down, but he manages to get a shot on net. Ford right out front. He missed.
Oh, another great save by Stewart.
Marasco right there as Ford misses, and he took a shot, and Stewart was right there. Marasco gets dumped for his efforts.
Boy, two great saves by New Jersey goalie Brian Stewart.
Schneider again, trying to skate out. He's tied up and dumped. And the Moose come in with the puck. They had a 2-on-1, unable to capitalize. West playing very well tonight. Not sure what the shots are on him, but he's definitely had a good number of shots tonight as opposed to last night. And he's come up huge. Brian Stewart at the other end has played nearly as well, even though I don't think he's been as tested as much as West.
No, but he's made three very, very big saves, including those last two. Just dead on shots, prime scoring opportunities, and Stewart just took them away. Had a key time in the game, and another very important factor.
Adam Jakubowski goes back, touches up for the icing, and with 55 seconds left in regulation, the faceoff will come back into the Moose zone.
Now with the stoppage in play, goalie Austin West going to head to the bench for the extra attacker. It's make it or break it time for the Bombers.
Face-off here. Brownstown calls a timeout, 30-second timeout, to discuss strategy as they put the extra attacker on the ice. Obviously, they need to get the face. They need to win this face-off, pull it back to the point, and allow somebody to try to cycle down low. Get that shot on net, get some traffic out front, and try for a deflection. You got to get a big goalie like Stewart. You got to get him down.
Yeah, get him down, get him moving, get the puck cross ice. Good. It's going to take some good passing.
55 seconds, a lot of time left on the clock.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to set it up if they can win the face-off. Plenty of time to get set up and get a good opportunity. They had the Bombers had two excellent chances the last shift, but Stewart just making incredible saves on Ford and Marasco, especially the second one on Marasco on that rebound. Just a great save.
So the teams are done here discussing strategies. Coach Boylo has given his instructions on what he wants to see.
Nope.
The teams will come back out and line up in the circle. To the left, it's Brian Stewart.
Austin West back on the ice until the Bombers can gain possession.
West 3/4 of the way out to the blue line. About 15 feet away from the Bombers bench.
Chris Marasco out now.
West is on the bench. The Bombers have the extra attacker. Bombers really need to get better control of the puck right now. They need to regroup. There's 35 seconds left in the game. They shoot it in long. No icing. It was touched. Arean Jakubowski tries to center it. Nobody there, but Nate Jakubowski's brother keeps it in at the point. Sends it towards the net, and Stewart has to glove it with 24 seconds left. It'll keep the face-off in deep. Circle to the right.
Still plenty of time to set it up. The Bombers got to win the face-off, get set up, and get a couple of good opportunities.
Mini change here as Frank Federo comes in.
Rennie Ford.
Yeah, Rennie Ford.
You still got that 14-17 problem, right?
But I only did it once tonight. Gluting hits the empty net from the center ice, and that's going to pretty much do it with only 11 seconds left in this game. And the Moose take a 3-1 lead over the Brownstown Bombers. Gluting, the team's leading scorer, picking up. Well, he entered the week with 14 goals, 12 assists, 26 points in 14 games.
Didn't hurt him today. He got 2 more points today.
So the puck will drop at center ice with 11 seconds left, and you just need the clock to tick off now. The game's over, basically. The Bombers lose a disappointing one. The opportunity they had to move into 5th place, unable to capitalize, but they played an excellent game today with a few minor issues or a few minor problems that against a team like the Moose that has that size and experience and they can score, it can always be dangerous. So
yeah, both goalies made all the saves you'd expect them to make. The big key, Brian Stewart made 2 that just you can't expect him to make, but you hope that he does. And he made the 2 big saves to keep the game from being tied. And New Jersey gets the empty netter for the 3-1 win.
So as the teams head off the ice, that's going to do it from here at Brownstown at the Icebox Sports Center, where the final score of tonight's game was the New Jersey Metro Moose 3, the Brownstown Bombers 1. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you for coming and drive home safe.